You guessed it, it's time for the ads before the show. And I love to start it out with Organic Muscle. They are the best health and fitness company available on the market out there, period. You can go to organicmuscle.com. We're available at amazon.com. But the best price you're going to get on these products is definitely at organicmuscle.com. What is Organic Muscle? Organic Muscle is the first company dedicated to offering certified organic health and fitness products for those who seek to be healthier overall, to increase their muscle gains, overall vitality, and fitness levels. It's for anyone and everyone seeking to be the best they can be, and they don't want to be worried about the harmful ingredients that are featured in a lot of these other supplements. The loads of sugar, the preservatives, natural flavors, artificial colors, all the bad stuff, the banned substances that you find in a lot of these companies. Organic Muscle has none of that. We have eco-friendly organic farms that we source our ingredients from right here in the USA. We know that they're all tested. There's no harmful levels of heavy metals or other toxins in the products. We are dedicated to making the cleanest quality, best products available for your overall health and fitness. We have everything from superfood blends, which include the organic superfood greens. It has everything you need to get all your daily greens without having to juice wheatgrass, without having to plug your nose when you try to eat the spirulina. Everything that you hate about all these great green foods that are really healthy for you, it's all wrapped up into one scoop that you mix up and it tastes great. Drink it real quick. Drink it slow. It's a great tasting drink. It doesn't even matter. I mix it with water, or we found a little trick. I mix it with a little almond milk. I think it tastes great even in milk. Like, it makes a little shake out of it, and it's delicious. I've mixed it with the vanilla protein powder before, or the vanilla meal replacement protein powder that we offer, and it's a great combination. Just makes everything taste great. Drink it down. You get all your nutrition in one drink. We also provide a superfood Reds that gives you a midday energy boost. It increases metabolism, blood flow to help with muscle repair and just overall optimal function of your body. The Superfood Golds has turmeric and other relaxing anti-inflammatory herbs and superfoods that just help you heal, relax, calm down, and unwind after a long day. It's really good for healing and overall wellness. We also provide organic protein powders in vanilla and chocolate flavor that it's 24 grams of plant-based protein that provide a full amino profile comparable to whey, but without all the baggage of the whey. You're not drinking the dairy. You don't have to worry about the bovine growth hormone, the antibiotics that could be in the dairy, the bloating from the dairy product itself. Or if you just want to be more of a plant-based vegan type lifestyle and you just try to avoid dairy products in general, plant-based proteins are great for you. This is the best one you can get, best tasting. If you want to take it a step farther, we now offer a meal replacement protein, which has additional superfoods and greens right in with the protein. So you can take that as a substitute for any meal throughout the day, especially if you're trying to lose weight, or if you're trying to gain weight and muscle mass. Have your same 3 meals a day, but drink an additional one, maybe 2 of these shakes a day too. Incorporate, so it's like you have 5 meals. It's an easy way to increase your protein, increase your calorie intake if you're trying to gain weight, or swap it out for a meal if you're trying to lose weight. It's good for anyone and everyone. We also provide an Ultra Brain Boost Nootropic supplement. It has organic superfoods and herbs like medicinal mushrooms in it that help boost your cognitive performance and function. It helps your brain fire on all cylinders. It's just more focus and energy. You feel great. I like to take it in the morning, or you can take it before your workout. I mix it with just milk with water. Sometimes I mix that in with the vanilla protein or the chocolate protein or the meal replacement as well. It takes any of those and kicks them up a notch. I like to combine a lot of these things and get it done all at once. We also provide an organic replenisher that is like Gatorade but without all the extra sugar. It has the things that you need to replenish your electrolytes you lose from sweating during a hard workout or being outside in a hot day, just to keep you healthier overall. We need electrolytes. We need to maintain electrolyte balance to be the best we can be and maintain optimal health. Last but not least, we have the pre-workout, which provides you with organic energy that you need before a workout or any time of day where you're just dragging, you need to kick yourself up a little bit. That is additionally made with organic superfoods and herbs that help promote energy, focus, stamina, concentration. They will give you a natural pump with the beets in it for blood flow to help maintain yourself during a workout and get it the best workout you can get for longer, increased stamina, all that good stuff. Check us all out at organicmuscle.com. Use discount code BRANDO to save 15% at checkout on any and all of these products. Guarantee you'll love them. We have a money back guarantee if you don't, so you have nothing to lose. Check them out today. Do you like to wear jeans but you wish they were more comfortable? Barbell Apparel makes the most comfortable jeans ever designed. They were founded with a simple vision: clothing should be better. Founded by a team of athletes and friends, they started by launching athletic fit jeans on Kickstarter. That campaign grew past their wildest expectations, becoming the second most funded fashion project of all time, and sparking a change across fashion industry to bring athletic fit mainstream. Since then, they've launched 3 more successful Kickstarter campaigns and that have been featured on ABC's Shark Tank and sold out of their athletic fit Havoc Polo over 3 times when they launched. These clothes are the most comfortable athletic fit clothes ever created. The jeans in specific are flexible, durable, long lasting. You can do anything and everything in them. You can do your workouts, you could squat, you could do yoga, and they just look good for wearing them out like you'd like to normally do with your jeans, but they feel comfortable. You can barely even tell they're there. They feel like you're wearing sweatpants or no pants at all. The best jeans, period. All their other products are great. I love their hoodies. They're a little lightweight, perfect for when it just starts to, like this time of year right now, fall time, where it's a little bit colder, but that you could still get hot in the day. They're a lightweight hoodie. It's perfect. Shop it now. Barbellapparel.com. Use discount code ORGANICBRANDO to save 10% on anything and everything you see on their website. Do you want to drink more water and consume less sugar, but you have a hard time with the plain taste of water? The answer is here, and it's in the form of Everly. These are great keto-friendly powdered drink mixes that make it so hydration doesn't have to be boring. Their natural keto-friendly drink mixes make water taste amazing, so you want to drink more of it. You can choose between 3 different product lines from Everly. The hydration line, which features electrolytes, the energy, which features caffeine and electrolytes, or the belly health line, which features probiotics and L-glutamine. Most sports drinks with electrolytes are loaded with added sugars and artificial sweeteners that are carb heavy, making them hard to fit into a keto diet. But Everly makes everything with low carb, naturally sweetened, and tastes amazing. It's sweetened with stevia, so it's a 0-calorie sweetener that is natural. It actually has antioxidants in it. It could have health benefits even. So stevia is a much better alternative to sugar, makes it keto friendly, and you'll love these products, guaranteed. They have a wide variety of flavors. You got grape, peach mango, pomegranate berry, fruit punch, fruit tea, all kinds of amazing flavors. Some of my favorites are the grape and the fruit punch. They just remind me of drinking Kool-Aid as a kid almost. The grape is just like the grape Kool-Aid. Fruit punch reminds me just like the fruit punch I used to drink when I was a young kid. And if you go to everly.com to try these out and you want to order them, you can save 10% at checkout with code BRANDO on any and all of these products. Try them out today. Drink more water. Learn to love it. Are you like me? Do you suffer from chronic neck pain or lack of range of motion or movement in your neck? Would you like to prevent neck injury, regain mobility, and reduce pain? Well, the answer is here, and the answer is Iron Neck. It's the perfect piece of workout equipment designed to help your neck, help strengthen it, help rehabilitate it, and help to prevent injuries or make pains from previous injuries less noticeable and to eventually alleviate them completely. This device was designed to use resistance and your body's own range of motion to help gain mobility, flexibility, and reduce pain in your neck and even your back. You put this head harness on and it attaches resistance bands to it, so you gradually increase the resistance. You get to set where you want depending on how far back you stand from the resistance anchor and how much tension you actually apply to your neck. Whereas this is different than other head harnesses that you can use to work out your neck in a gym. It's not the straight up and down motion, but more of side to side, so it does a lot less pressure on the discs in your neck. It's a lot better for your health. If you think the Iron Neck might be right for you, check them out at ironneck.com. Read more about them. Check out the benefits of injury prevention, pain reduction, overall mobility increase, and flexibility increase. And if it's something you want to experience, try one out for yourself and use discount code BRANDO10 at checkout to save an extra 10%. You have nothing to lose and only strength and mobility of your neck to gain. Are you trying to start a sugar-free or low-carb diet, but you really miss baked goods like cupcakes, muffins, things along those lines, or even bread in general for your buns and your burgers and things? Well, the answer is here, and it's in the form of the Smart Baking Company. They create zero carbs. That's no carbs from sugar or starch in these products. They're keto-friendly, non-GMO, gluten-free, diabetic-friendly, low calories. They make cupcakes, muffins, burger buns, everything that you missed before you went keto or low carb, but they have them for you in this option. This is how healthy should taste. At the Smart Baking Company, they believe you shouldn't have to choose between healthy and delicious. It shouldn't matter if you're gluten-free, diabetic, or on a keto diet, eating for weight loss, or just trying to be more mindful. There should be a snack for you. So they invented it. With the Smart Cakes, Smart Buns, Smart Muffins, they now offer snack cakes, hamburger buns, and breakfast items that are gluten-free, wheat-free, low-carb, sugar-free, non-GMO, diabetic, and keto-friendly with just 35 calories each. Smart Cakes pack 25 grams of fiber, 4 grams of protein. Smart Buns just have 63 calories with 11 grams of fiber, 9 grams of protein. Smart Muffins are also low calorie, high in protein and fiber. You can taste the difference for yourself. Go to the smartbakingcompany.com, smartbakingco.com, use discount code ORGANICATHLETEBRANDO, and you'll save 10% on your order. You have nothing to lose. Taste the difference today. Welcome back to another episode of the Organic Brando Show. I'm going to start this episode out like I like to start every episode out, with some health, fitness, overall wellness news updates from various publications that I have seen recently and that I found to be very interesting and beneficial. So I wanted to share with you, my audience, let you all know about the latest and greatest health and fitness information that's out there. It comes from research, from scientific studies, from things along those lines. So first up, we got Health Day News. They put out this article. Coffee may slow the spread of colon cancer. I've seen this actually posted recently through various health publications. So it's not just one place posting this. We know coffee is loaded with a bunch of good antioxidants that help fight off free radicals that cause cancer. So it makes sense. But this is just more research solidifying that fact. So here we go. Thursday, September 17th, 2020. Just a few cups of coffee a day may help slow down the deadly progression of advanced colon cancer. New research finds. Of the nearly 1,200 patients in the study, those who drank 4 or more cups of Java on a daily basis had 36% chance higher odds of surviving during the 13-year period that this study took place in. Metastatic colon cancer, metastatic colon cancer, which has spread from its original location, remains an incurable disease in most cases. Explained by study co-led author Christopher McIntosh, a 4-year medical student at the Mayo Clinic School of Medicine in Phoenix. So, here's a quote from him. However, a number of lifestyle factors such as diet and exercise have been associated with the prolonged lifespan for those dealing with the disease. Our study found that patients being treated with chemotherapy for metastatic colorectal cancers who drank coffee saw a slower period of time before both growth of their cancer and before death. So it slowed it down. Definitely has some benefits. I really believe it has to do with the high level of antioxidants. And of course, all coffee is not created equal. You want to make sure you're getting organic coffee, not sprayed with pesticides. They're not using chemical fertilizers and things when they're growing it. A lot of coffee. Sorry, I need another sip of my coffee so I can talk straight. Anyway, a lot of coffee has contaminants. It has mold. You can find studies online of various coffee companies that third party testers tested the coffee, found mold, different toxins, contaminants, stuff that you really don't want in your coffee, especially if you're drinking it every day, and especially if you're drinking it for health to try to slow the spread of colorectal cancers. If you're trying to do it for health, you really want to make sure it's an actual healthy coffee, not just your like Maxwell House or Folgers or something. You want to get some good stuff. My favorite coffee for the longest time was Grind, and I had a discount code with them, and I was really promoting it and working with it, and that company has since went under. It was part of the Morelli Fit brand. He has a new company, Detox Organics, that they mostly are focused on now. It seems like there's some good products through there. This chocolate detox supplement, their emergency detox, which is like a charcoal pill you can take if you think you've had food poisoning or just eaten some stuff that you really don't want your body to absorb and digest. It's great for when you had a night out partying and drinking and just eating junk. Pop a couple of those before bed. It takes all the toxins, absorbs it, and gets it right out of your body. So you can use code Brando and save 15% on the products that Detox Organics does have. But like I said, the parent company of that, Morelli Fit, had an awesome coffee. I really loved that. Good brands you can get, like Bulletproof Coffee is really good. I know they're third-party tested. There's no mold. I've seen them at a lot of bigger retailers, so that's available. Keep an eye out. Do some research. They go down your shopping aisle. I recommend that it is organic, but a lot of them will tell you if it's been tested and shown that there is no contaminants or mold and things. But you really want to read labels. Keep your eye out. It's really important. Okay, moving along. Next article from ScienceAlert.com. I'm reading these articles from oldest to newest. That last one was from September 17th. This is September 18th. ScienceAlert.com. Healthy eating healthy foods may be more important than how much you weigh. So people are really focused on diets, losing weight to be healthy. They're not eating a whole lot, not necessarily looking at getting the most nutrient dense healthy foods in their body. They're really just focused on restricting calories or cutting carbs or whatever it is to lose the weight. They're focused on losing the weight. So let's get into this article. For many of us, weight loss with the goal to be healthier overall has proven notoriously hard. Factors outside of our control, from genetics and the reliance on certain medications to time and money restraints, make it even harder. It really is hard for people. A lot of people can't, they don't have access to a gym, so they can't pay, can't pay a membership if they can't afford it. They can't get there to work out. You can do some workouts in your home, but a lot of times people necessarily can't do that either. There's you have kids at home. Maybe when they're not even there, you work too. There's just a lot of factors that involved. I mean, you can't really, if you're going to make excuses, it's not going to happen. I'm a big believer in being stronger than your excuses. So yes, if you're really motivated enough, no matter what, you can find a way to do it. But it is hard for some people. I understand. I get it. They're not really willing to push past those barriers and really make shit happen. That's what you need to do a lot of times. But perhaps we're focusing too much on the wrong thing. A new study suggests that if you eat healthier food types, some of the health risks associated with having increased body weight can still be reduced. And I've known this forever. There's a lot of people I know, they're bigger, they might have a little extra body fat, they're on the more obese side maybe, but they're healthy. They don't get sick. Overall, like their vitality and everything seems great. They go to the doctor, they get great results. The only thing is, hey, you could probably lose a few pounds, but there's no other health concerns due to that weight, typically, and not typically, but in some people that I know. So like, that's why I'm not surprised about this study. For a lot of people, obesity and excess body fat does cause a lot of health issues and problems. So it is recommended by most physicians and health professionals to lose that extra weight if you can, or at least try to. So back to this article. An analysis of data from 79,000 Swedish adults found that people who mostly stick to a Mediterranean-like diet, one rich in whole grains, fruits, vegetables, fish, and olive oil, had better mortality outcomes regardless of their weight. Wow. I keep tripping over my tongue. Apologies, guys. Hopefully I get a little bit better at reading off this news. I'm still blaming it on not having enough coffee, but I don't even know if that's the case. A team of Swedish and U.S. researchers used data collected over 21 years involving answers to 350 questions, with at least 96 on food, volunteered by male and female participants across 2 programs. Those who deviated from the Mediterranean diet, even when their weight was classified as normal, had much higher rates of mortality. So even people who had a healthier, like their BMI's right on point, a good weight, what most people would consider, overall they weren't as healthy because they deviated from this diet. And I've seen a lot of research on mortality and longevity that involves the Mediterranean diet. You look at Italy and a lot of the countries over there, they have some of the oldest living people. There's a lot of centurions. They're people who are at least 100 years old. There's a lot of them in Italy. Okinawa, Japan actually has the most, I do believe. So the Japanese type diet is really great too, but there's a lot of similar factors in both of those diets. They're really a lot more based on plants and vegetables. You're eating a lot of that, and you're getting your fish. It's like a lot of healthy fats, nutritious vegetables, things along those lines. So it really makes sense that those people are living the longest out of everyone in the world. All right, back to this. These results indicate that adherence to healthy diets such as Mediterranean-like diet may be a more appropriate focus than avoidance of obesity for the prevention of overall mortality. So if your goal is to be healthier, maybe not worry so much about the amount you're eating or cutting back the calories, but what you're eating. Because if you just want to be healthier and you're not necessarily concerned about the extra weight, stick to a healthy type diet like the Mediterranean type diet here, or a diet like they practice in Okinawa, Japan. Like I said, a more Japanese type style. It's the bottom line of those diets: high in healthy fats, high in plants. You're eating if you're eating meats, a lot of times it's fish that are, that's again high in good fats, good fatty acids, proteins, rich in that kind of thing, whole grains. Those are great stuff for you. Like fiber, we know fiber's great. It's got a lot of health benefits, especially for like colorectal type cancers, like we discussed with the coffee. So definitely Mediterranean type diet is really healthy. It can help make you feel better, make you live longer. Overall longevity is much greater in people who participate in those type of diets. However, there is still one mortality factor worse for people living with obesity, and that's cardiovascular disease. This might be due to shared genetic factors between higher weight and heart disease, or perhaps a more strict following of a healthy diet is required to compensate for obesity risk factors, the research suggests. So pretty much this article is just summing up that a lot of people focus on like the quantity of the food, cutting back the calories. Really, it matters the quality of it, what it is, the stuff that you're intaking. And yeah, if you want to lose weight, you can still do that. You can still cut the calories, cut the carbs back, but make sure that the stuff you are eating is super nutritious and it has those factors that these healthier diets that produce overall better longevity and mortality rates the factors that they have, with the fruits, vegetables, fatty acids, like all the good stuff that we need to be the best we can be. So here's another study from lupus.org. It's the Lupus Foundation there. They have a study that explores the association between diet and lupus. Like we're talking here, the food that you eat really affects your health. And this is just another case here where lupus, a disease that is terrible for a lot of people out there, a lot of them struggle with it, something that may be able to be avoided. A lot of times there are genetic factors that you can't avoid, but environmental factors you might be able to change. And then especially your diet, that's something that everyone has the power to change, what you put in your body. So in a large analysis of women, a long-term healthy diet was not associated with risk of incident lupus. However, high consumption of nuts and legumes can potentially reduce lupus risk by 41%. So a high consumption of nuts and legumes, something that if you're doing a plant-based diet, vegetarian, vegan type thing, this is something you're doing anyway, because you can't, if you're going to stay up on your protein, get the amount of protein you need, and especially like me, I'm a vegetarian, and I'm an athlete, so I need high levels of protein. So I'm going to eat a lot of legumes. I'm going to eat nuts. I'm eating different beans. I do supplement a lot with the various protein powders from pea, from hemp, from brown rice, all the good things like that. All the foods that are good amino profiles for plant-based type dieters. You got to focus on those things. And if you focus on those, according to this study, overall risk of lupus can be decreased by 41%. The data of the two groups of females nurses that were studied, the data, dietary quality, intake, and lifestyle of two groups of female nurses, more than 173,000 were studied. The data was evaluated against their long-term adherence to 4 dietary quality scores. The 2010 Alternative Healthy Dieting Index, which they abbreviate as AHEI 2010, Alternative Mediterranean Diet Score, Dietary Approach to Stop Hypertension. So these tools were used in clinical practice to measure dietary quality based on the evidence-based recommendations. From the group, only 194 lupus cases were identified. High diet scores, age, and other factors did not significantly affect lupus risk. Women with high scores in nut and legume consumption had a 41% decreased risk of lupus. The short-term high intake of the AHEI 2010 diet also suggested a lower risk. So, really, I think what the main thing is here is it's a healthier type diet, alternative Mediterranean type, or a diet mostly plant-based, high in nuts and legumes, is going to be much better for you and your risk of getting lupus than eating the typical Western diet. There are so many questions about how the external world may influence a person's likelihood of developing lupus. Everyone is interested in how diet may affect this risk. Here we examined 4 different pre-specific dietary patterns associated in the past with overall health and the risks of cancer and hypertension. But in this large study of women followed for about 30 years, we did not find evidence of an effect of any of these specific diets influencing risks of developing lupus. There is still may be some effect of diet on lupus risk, but it is not a large effect that probably not related to any of these dietary patterns in particular. So, once again, it matters what you eat, what you put in your body. It's going to affect your overall health and wellness, not just now, but in the future, your risks of developing chronic diseases, and especially cancers and things along those lines that you don't want, that will affect your overall longevity and it maybe cause early mortality. Who knows? It's just really important to focus on what you eat. You are what you eat. That is a true statement. It's always been a true statement. And you're only as healthy as what you put in you. Okay, here is a news update that's concerning to our overall health. It's not necessarily something that's diet or fitness related, but it has to do with the mosquito-borne EEE that's spreading here in Michigan and the health concerns that come along with that and the precautionary measures that they're taking, which might be concerning to some people. Which at first I'm gonna be honest, I didn't really know if I really approved of what they do to protect us from this, but it seemed to be okay. They did something similar last year. Anyway, let's get into it. This is from the Detroit Free Press. And Michigan-born EEE spreading in Michigan. Officials say 6 more animal cases identified. The rare and potentially deadly mosquito-borne virus, Eastern Equine Encephalitis, is spreading in Michigan, state health officials announced Thursday. This article, by the way, came in, I believe, on the 17th, my bad. Not the 20th. Okay. So 6 more horses have now confirmed cases of the virus, which is spread by the bite of infected mosquitoes, bringing the total to 28 horses in 11 counties and 1 suspected human case. State health officials announced Tuesday that an adult from Berry County is the first suspected human case of Triple E this year. Lab tests to confirm the case are underway and are expected to be completed later this week. Livingston County now has Triple E cases in horses, according to Michigan Department of Health and Human Services, and will be included in the aerial mosquito control program that is scheduled to continue Thursday night. Other high-risk counties with cases in horses are Berry, Clare, Ionia, Isabel, Jackson, Kent, Mecosta, Montcalm, Newaygo, and Oakland. I live in Montcalm. I'm in Montcalm right now, so I'm like right in high-risk areas of that. The additional cases of EEE in horses underscores the importance of providing aerial treatment in affected counties. This is what one of the officials said, Chief Executive Deputy for the Health at MDHHS. There is an ongoing threat to the health and safety of Michiganders, as we know mosquitoes are carrying this potentially deadly disease in these areas. Last year, 10 families were devastated by this disease, and we are trying to protect others from being infected. What is Triple E? Eastern Equine Encephalitis, also called Triple E or EEE, is one of the deadliest mosquito-borne viruses in the United States. It kills 33% of people who become sickened by it, and it leaves many survivors with physical and mental disabilities. I didn't know that. I kind of want to look into that a little bit more. We might go into this in depth, especially if the issue isn't solved and it keeps going on. But mental and physical disabilities that they're left with, I am very curious to see how that happens and why and what exactly that means. But anyway, mosquitoes are carriers of EEE and can transmit it to humans and animals after biting infected birds. As of September 9th, 5 other human cases of Triple E have been reported in 2 other states, Massachusetts and Wisconsin, according to the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. Last year, the virus sickened 38 people in the United States, more than in any previous year since it's been tracked by the CDC. Of them, more than 10 people were from Michigan. So more than 1/4 of the people in the whole U.S. that the CDC tracked came from Michigan. That kind of seems like a pretty big number, seeing how that was like across the entire United States, and 1/4 of those cases were here in Michigan. We must have a lot of mosquitoes compared to other states. I know they're pretty bad, but I didn't realize that. I wonder if Florida was one of the other ones. Maybe Florida had a higher percentage, or at least 1/4 as well. I kind of want to see those statistics. In a typical year, there are 7 cases nationally, apparently. Of the 10 Michigan cases in 2019. So in a typical year, there's 7. Last year, Michigan had 10. That's a pretty big deal. And that was only 1/4 of the total cases. So we had a pretty big outbreak of it, I suppose. Of the 10 Michigan cases in 2019, 6 people died, 4 others were hospitalized, Three of the four people who survived EEE infections in the state have severe neurological issues and continue to receive supportive care, either in rehab or at home with home care. Wow. That is scary. I feel bad for those families. If you know any one of those families, or if you were a member of them, my heart reaches out to you. I feel sorry. That's crazy. All from a mosquito bite. You could have been outside having a good time with your family out by a bonfire, get bit by a mosquito like we've had happen all the time. You don't even think nothing of it, and then bam, now you have severe neurological issues. That is crazy. EEE symptoms, what to look for. Not all who are bitten by a EEE infected mosquito will be sickened by the virus. Many people will have mild symptoms to no symptoms at all. The people most at risk from being sickened by EEE are those younger than 15 and older than 50. Okay, so maybe those whose immune systems aren't in prime condition. They're not necessarily the healthiest overall. Maybe their bodies aren't working at optimal levels to fight off things. So, younger than 15, older than 50. There is no treatment for the EEE virus except to offer support to help a severely ill patient with breathing, hydration, and nutrition. Symptoms of EEE typically appear from 4 to 10 days after the bite of an infected mosquito, according to the CDC. The infection can be either systemic or encephalitic, which involves the swelling of the brain. Some people who contracted EEE do not have symptoms at all. So you could have swelling of the brain. That must be linked to the neurological issues of it. This is just crazy. Typically, you just think of mosquitoes as a nuisance because they're going to come bite you, try to suck your blood, and make you itchy in a spot for a little while. Sometimes I actually swell up from them, and it's pretty bad. It bothers me. It almost makes me wonder if they have something or what. There's the paranoid part of me going, but typically you just think they're a little bit of a nuisance, but now it could cause brain swelling. It could cause severe neurological issues. It could kill you. It killed some of these people. This is insane. I mean, it was still a small amount of people overall for the whole country and everything, but if you do get infected by it, it seems like you're at a pretty high risk of something bad happening. In those who develop an infection, symptoms can appear suddenly and last up to 2 weeks. They include chills, fever, joint and muscle pain. In people who develop the other type of infection, fever, headache, irritability, restlessness, drowsiness, disorientation, vomiting, diarrhea, just a lot of more extreme symptoms. The first one is the little bit of a more mild, it seems like, and the other is way more extreme. How to protect yourself from EEE. The only way to protect yourself from EEE virus is to avoid being bitten by mosquitoes. Well, no shit. If we could just get rid of all the mosquitoes and it wouldn't impact the environment in a big negative way, I would be all for it. Sign me up. Let's do it. But I don't think that's how it works. Although the weather is beginning to cool down, the mosquitoes that spread EEE are still active. For that reason, health officials are urging people who live in the 10 infected counties to avoid outdoor activity in evenings and after dark. The mosquitoes are most active then. They suggest canceling outdoor events, especially those that might include children, because obviously they're more susceptible if they're 15 and younger, or if you're 50 and older. And we all know that the mosquitoes always come out more at night. That's going to kind of put a damper on things, because this is like prime bonfire season right now, this time of year here in September in Michigan. So we've been doing that a lot, and they're encouraging people to not do so much of that and just really try to avoid them. So that is going to add another damper on the year 2020. We've had to be quarantined. We've had to stay inside. We haven't been able to go to work. We haven't been able to see our friends for a lot of the part of this year, but due to all this coronavirus, COVID-19 pandemic lockdown situation and everything. So now we just think, okay, we can do some outdoor activities. Let's do a bonfire. That should be pretty safe. We can socially distance, and we can still enjoy the outdoors and a nice time with friends and family. But nope, now we got to worry about the mosquitoes too. Just seems like we can't get a break. Excuse me. This would include events such as late night sporting events, practices, games, or outdoor music practices. They want these people to avoid these in general. That's something I didn't really think about just a second ago, the sporting practices or events. I have friends who have kids that are into sports right now. They're doing their practices and having games and different things, and now they're probably going to be shut down again, but not for the coronavirus, but for EEE. There's never going to be an end to all this stuff, guys. I don't know if we're ever going to come back from all this. It's like the idea of health and protecting people from these viruses and things is just a little out of hand. There's going to be some extreme measures that get implemented, I'm sure, depending on which people get into power. I don't want to get too political on the show. We'll just kind of leave it at that, but it's just kind of scary what's happening with all these viruses and diseases and the reactions to them by people. I think a lot of it's overblown. We'll leave it at that. Applying insect repellents that contain active ingredient DEET or other U.S. Environmental Protection Agency registered product to the exposed skin or clothing, and always follow the manufacturer's directions for use. This is a good way to prevent it, they're saying. Wearing long sleeve shirts, long pants when outdoors. Apply insect repellent to clothing to help prevent bites. Maintaining window and door screening to help keep mosquitoes outside. Emptying water from mosquito breeding sites around the home, such as buckets, unused kiddie pools, old tires, or similar areas where mosquitoes may lay eggs. Using nets and or fans over outdoor eating areas to keep them away as well. What they are doing here in Michigan to take action against this, especially in those counties, is they're going to do an aerial pesticide spray. This is the Organic Brando Show. I'm Organic Athlete Brando. I don't like pesticides. I don't like herbicides. I don't like chemicals being sprayed on my food. I especially don't want them being sprayed in the air, really. I understand the concern and the reasoning behind it, I suppose, because I'm pretty open-minded, but I still really just don't think that spraying a pesticide, even one that they claim this is a mild, natural pesticide and it's not doing any harmful things, I don't buy it, man. I don't like it. Part of me just feels like it's not a good idea. Anyway, aerial pesticide spraying details. Targeted spraying of pesticides to control mosquitoes began Wednesday night in certain areas of the state that were at high risk for the triple E infections. We are taking this step in an effort to protect the health and safety of Michiganders in areas of the state where we know mosquitoes are carrying this potentially deadly disease. As people are spending more time outdoors because of COVID-19, they also need to be protecting themselves from mosquito bites. Like I said, oh my gosh, you can go outside. Now we can go outside for a little bit. We had to stay inside. We can go out. We're enjoying the little bit of fresh air from being cooped up. Oh, no, now we can't. We got to worry about being outside too. We got to worry about being inside, outside, having a mask on, not having a mask on, all kinds of shit. Just be worried. It's just, that's not good for our health. It's not good for your overall serotonin levels, the chemicals in your brain. It's not good to be that stressed all the time. It's not good. And they're trying to put fear, stress, all these things, they're pumping them at us 24/7. We can't get away from it. That's concerning of everyone's overall health. That's why I would have been recommending getting some time outdoors in nature. Go on a nice nature hike or walk, or take your dog for a walk. Enjoy the outside. But now maybe you should be concerned. Maybe you shouldn't. I don't know. Only 10 people is a huge number, but as far as the amount that get affected by this, but that's not really huge in the amount of overall people here in Michigan. So is it something you want to be that concerned with? I don't know. I believe in freedom of choice. You can risk yourself and your health if you want, and that's your right to do so. Liberty, man. So I still would probably encourage it if you're not scared of this. If you're scared of it, maybe stay inside. Maybe don't go out, and especially at night, and be around mosquitoes. If you're not too scared, layer up, pants, long sleeves, maybe put a little spray on, head out. Don't worry about it. If you're healthy, like it said, most people who get bit don't really get symptoms or anything, or they're very mild. Then we went into the more severe and even more severe. So it can range. There's a wide range. Just like with the COVID-19, it seems like there's a wide range of what could happen. The Michigan Department of Agriculture and Rural Development issued an emergency rule earlier this week to temporarily require mosquito control treatment for parts of 10 counties in Michigan: Berry, Clare, Ionia, Isabella, Jackson, Kent, Mecosta, Montcalm, Newaygo, and Oakland. Livingston County was added to the list Thursday, and additional areas may also be treated if new human or animal cases are identified. Let's go into what they're actually spraying. State-certified mosquito control professionals will apply an approved pesticide as an ultra-low volume ULV spray that will dispense very fine aerosol droplets that stay suspended in the air and kill adult mosquitoes on contact. So, very fine aerosol droplets, they'll stay suspended in the air, hopefully killing the mosquitoes flying by. They're going to do it later at night when there's more mosquitoes around. I still don't like it. I don't know. I don't want an aerosol spray being sprayed in the air and hanging around. They will use Merus 3.0, MERUS, if I'm not saying that right, Merus 3.0. The same product used in 2019 when the state also conducted an aerial mosquito control program. I remember when they sprayed it last year. Didn't like the idea of it then, but they did it, and things seemed to be okay, I suppose. But one of the issues I do believe was there was a lot of dead butterflies, and the monarch butterflies and different things were dead when they sprayed last year. I think it did, and it was maybe affecting some of the bees. So I don't know. I just, like I said, if it's killing the mosquitoes, what else is it killing? And is it good to kill all the mosquitoes? A couple years ago, I had like 4 bats out on my property. This year, I only barely saw one every now and then. And is that because the mosquitoes got wiped out and they had no food to eat? I don't know. What would that do if the bats are wiped out? I don't know what their role in the overall ecosystem is, but it just seems like it'd be a big chain of things that you don't want happening. So I don't know. I just don't really think it's the greatest. But that Merus 3.0 is registered with the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency and is labeled for public health use over residential areas. It contains 5% pyrethrin, a botanical insecticide extract from chrysanthemum flowers. Pyrethrin is commonly used to control mosquitoes, fleas, flies, moths, ants, and many other pests, and are approved for use in organic agriculture as well. Oh, organic me, organic that. Okay, there you go. Still, it's used in organic. I guess I really need to look up this pyrethrin, but it contains 5% pyrethrin. What's the rest of this Merus 3.0? This is something I need to investigate further to actually have a valid opinion on its use, I suppose, because they use it the pyrethrin in organic agriculture, and it comes from chrysanthemum flowers. I'm all about like natural. I do spray some things for ants and bugs, but it's all from natural, like peppermint leaf and extracts like this from plants and flowers, and I'm all about that. But I don't know about spraying it all over in the air. Like for some use, yeah, but I still don't think I would want to do that. It needs some more research on that for sure. This is kind of going into the risks, but of course I don't know. They're promoting it, it seems. So I don't know if I trust them going into the risks too much. You almost want an independent source going into the risks. You don't want someone who's promoting this telling you why we need it and then telling you, oh, the risks, but we're gonna downplay them if there are any. I could be wrong, but we're gonna read this. Let's check it out. Hang on. What are the risks of aerial spraying? According to state health officials, risks are minimal and no special precautions are recommended. If they said there are no risks, that'd be good, but risks are minimal, so what's the minimal part? People who have known sensitivities to pyrethrin can reduce potential for exposure by staying indoors during treatment. Stay the fuck in your house while we spray the sky. I don't know about that. Aerial treatment is not expected to have any impact on surface water or drinking water. Monitoring in 2019, when more than 557,000 Michigan acres were treated, found no increased human, animal, or insect adverse effects associated with aerial treatment. They're saying nothing bad happened when they sprayed it last year. We've had a year to kind of look at the data, I suppose, but I don't really know if that's long enough to be able to tell if it really does anything. Is there some long-term effects that you can't see within a year? Who knows? Like I said, I only have one bat now, and I think it's because he doesn't have enough. They don't have enough food, but I could be wrong on that too. The final article we're gonna get into here on a more upbeat, better note, the green movement. This is from Financial Express. The green movement, the push for a plant-based diet, is getting bigger worldwide. In India, there is even a challenge for companies to put their best foot forward. According to the World Health Organization, every year over 20 million people die as a result of malnutrition, and approximately 1 billion suffer from chronic hunger. That is a lot of people on this planet that die because they're not getting the proper nutrients they need and they are not consuming enough food. Vegetarianism is a way of life in India, something the meat-eating West is now trying to turn to. Mock meats are acknowledged, and plant proteins have proven to be comparable substitutes to meat, as many food startups and manufacturers have started to accept the importance of the plant-based food trend. You know, companies like Beyond Meat, Impossible Foods, Sweet Earth. There's all kinds of good companies out there that are moving towards more plant-based meat options. They're not really meat, but a meat alternative that mock meat, as this article calls them. A hot commodity globally, meat alternative brands like Beyond Meat and Impossible Foods have opened avenues for a larger market. Impossible Foods secured a $200 million funding in August 2020, raising the company's overall investment since 2011 to $1.5 billion. Beyond Meat has products available for purchase at dozens of major American fast food chains and grocery stores. Since going public in May of 2019, Beyond Meat has partnered with Subway, KFC, Del Taco, Dunkin', and more, and its shareholders have seen massive returns. The stock skyrocketed on the Beyond Meat, especially every time they launch a new meat alternative at a fast food chain and stuff. It seems like they get a lot more attention. Stock goes up. It's just something to keep an eye on. I believe the founder of that, Ethan something or other, don't remember the last name, he had something to do with Microsoft maybe, or maybe Bill Gates was like an investor. I don't know. There you go. That's the reason to turn away from it. But honestly, the Beyond Meat products seem a little bit healthier. Now, these are all processed things, right? So they're processed. They have vegetable oils, fats, proteins, things along those lines in these, and they're processed to be like meat, to have texture like meat, to taste like meat, everything like that. So they're processed foods, and processed foods aren't necessarily the healthiest for you. If you want to be as healthy as you can be doing a vegetarian or a vegan type diet, you're probably just going to want to stick with whole foods as vegetables, grains, legumes, nuts, those kind of things. And if you can do that, great, you're being the best you can be. But for people to make the switch, to ease them over, I think these plant-based meat alternatives are a good way to get the transition along. So, and the Impossible Foods, those products, they're processed more so, I would say, than the Beyond Meat, and some of the ingredients I might not necessarily agree with. Whereas the Beyond Meat products, I look at the ingredients in it, and I'm not concerned by anything that I see in there. And I know they are certified by the Non-GMO Project, so it's non-GMO. It's not organic, but at least by being non-GMO, the likelihood of it being doused in pesticides and herbicides is a little bit less, because they're not using genetically modified products that are adapted to survive the treatment of those chemicals. So the likelihood of them being something that they used Roundup or a glyphosate containing chemical on is a lot lower, when it's a non-GMO. I know there was studies done in Impossible Foods, don't know which products, if it was all of them or one or what, was that when they tested it, there were levels of glyphosate found in the Impossible Food product or products. You can do a quick Google search on that, I'm sure, and find it. I'll probably link it up on the Organic Brando website, just because I was talking about it here on the episode today. I like to have all these news articles linked up at organicbrando.com. In the top navigation bar, you click on news. There's a drop down menu. You click health or fitness. It'll take you to the articles related to the health topics or fitness topics. So we keep it a little bit split up on there, but everything I talk about on this show will be available there as well. So you can go check out these articles in their entirety, read for yourself, find the sources, look at the links, do a little bit of research on your own. Now, to intensify the influx of demand of plant-based foods, an institutional incentive for meat alternatives has been introduced. The Federation of India Animal Protection Organizations, wow, that's a big name of a group, an animal protection body that supports plant-based living with a growing emphasis on health and nutrition, has launched the Plant Factor, a food innovation challenge with 20 lakh. I don't know what that 20 lakh lakh. That's like something for India or Indian. I have no idea. To invite applications from Indian plant-based startups, entrepreneurs, businesses, restaurants, researchers, and students who meet the criteria of non-animal ingredients such as mushrooms and different plant-based proteins. They have taste, texture, and nutritional profile and are ready to market products. So India is making a big push. Their government is even launching their own program to make a push and team up with plant-based startups, get them launched, get them going, and promote a more plant-based lifestyle. That's always been big in India for spiritual and religious reasons, among other things. But now we know that you're going to be healthier overall if you eat more plants than not more plants. If you're eating just, there's the Carnivore Diet. Not a lot of research out on it yet, but I honestly don't think that's a healthy diet. You're going to lose weight. You might feel better for a little bit as far as inflammation and things, but it's an elimination diet. Any elimination diet, in my opinion, will make you have the same effects along those lines, because you're cutting out sugar, you're cutting out carbohydrates, you're cutting out processed foods, you're only eating meat, you're cutting out all the things that cause the inflammation, that cause the pains, but now your body's just getting that. It's not going to get the vitamins and the minerals that you would normally get in the other foods that you're not getting. So long term, there's no way that can be good. There's no way. If you might need to supplement multivitamins at least or something if you're not going to actually eat any plants or fruits or grains or anything like that. Okay, that is all the health and fitness news for this episode. We're going to get into today's topic, actually. So this is the first episode with an actual topic. The last time I was just introducing you to the new podcast. Kind of gave you a little update on health and fitness news like we always do here. And now the first topic of the show is going to be to boost your energy naturally. Lack of energy is something that almost all of us experience, some on a more regular basis than others. This results in increased dependence on stimulating compounds such as caffeine to maintain our daily lifestyles. From the coffee we brew in the morning to the energy drinks or soft drinks that we consume throughout the day to keep us going, caffeine has become a fuel that many of us desperately need and depend on. While caffeine itself may not be harmful in moderation, other ingredients that tag along in some of these beverages definitely are. Next to multivitamins, energy drinks are the most consumed dietary supplement among American teens and young adults. Many of these people in this category do not like coffee, but they still want an energy boost from caffeine. This causes them to turn to energy drinks and other caffeinated soft drinks. While this may seem like a good alternative, these drinks are loaded with sugar, artificial flavors, artificial colors, harmful preservatives, stuff that you really don't want to be putting into your body. If you ask me, these are things that everybody typically gets way too much of. I think it's a cause of a lot of the chronic diseases and issues that are happening that we see today that come about amongst everyone. But of this paragraph right here that I'm reading from, this is an article I wrote that's available at organicbrando.com in my blog, going over some of the older blog posts, and I'm going to, because each of these is a great topic for a show, so I'm going to go over these, cover them in depth, take spots, and, go on to expand on it and talk about it. I'm not just going to straight read the article through. I'll take some time to do a little commentary on what I read to you guys here. But the other thing about this paragraph of this article I wrote, the fact that next to multivitamins, energy drinks are the most consumed dietary supplement among American teens and young adults. They consider energy drinks a dietary supplement. That's a fact. It's been that way, I think, since they came about, but it's kind of crazy. The regulations on supplements are a lot looser than other things, so maybe that is why they do it. I think that I've heard that before. Maybe I'm wrong. It might be a little loophole to get around some stuff, but I think they get away with it because a lot of them will have like B vitamins. You have some B12 in there, a little taurine. They'll throw now those Bang energy drinks got a little bit of BCAAs or maybe some creatine in there. It's not a health supplement, guys. It's a sugar-filled drink full of preservatives and artificialness, artificial flavors, ingredients, everything that's not good. Even the sugar-free ones, they're using sugar alternatives that are not natural. Things like aspartame, which we know is bad. These sweet alternative sweeteners that aren't natural, they're not good for us. And yes, you get your sweetness, but you're not getting the calories and everything. But what are the long-term effects? I believe I've linked up articles at organicbrando.com before about the potential dangers of aspartame. I know it's been linked to Alzheimer's in some studies and different issues with the cognitive function in your brain. It might have some long-term effects that aren't beneficial there. Also, what I've heard before, and I'm not 100% sure if there's an actual study or not, but it's been pretty commonly known amongst health and fitness professionals that aspartame is one of the zero-calorie sugar alternatives that will actually make you gain weight instead of lose weight. Here you are consuming it because you don't want the sugar to gain weight, but your body knows you're like trying to trick it by using this, and it does something to actually retain weight more. That might be a whole new episode I need to do just on the dangers of a lot of these common artificial sweeteners that are just not good for our bodies. But it could actually cause you to gain more weight instead of lose weight, and it's not better for you overall by not having the sugar. I don't know. It's not. You can't win with those things. You just can't win with them. But it's just crazy to me that they're considered a multivitamin, and that most American teens and young adults consume those the most next to their multivitamins. Or it's considered a dietary supplement, rather. I think I said it's considered a multivitamin. It's not considered a dietary supplement. To continue with the article, while I have covered the dangers of artificial colors in the past, I have not gone over artificial flavors. These synthetic substances may pose an even more serious risk to our health. Last month, the FDA banned 7 synthetic food flavoring substances from the approved food additives list. This wasn't actually last month because this article was from last year in January, I believe. So, maybe December of 2018 is when those were banned. If you click the link, it'll take you to it. So, you can go read the article for yourself. Click on the highlighted link there and learn more about that if you want. According to Laura McCleary, political director for the Center of Science in Public Interest, these flavorings are most often used in baked goods, candy, carbonated drinks, beverages, chewing gum, and ice cream, typically used to stimulate natural mint, citrus, and cinnamon flavors. So they were removed. Products that they had used before, they had to add to their banned list of substances for some reason or other. We just know that they're not good for us, but the ones that you needed to watch out for there were artificial mint, citrus, and cinnamon flavors in particular. These substances, which include benzophenone, oh my gosh, all kinds of crazy names I'm going to have a ridiculous time pronouncing, but these are all found to cause cancer in lab animals. They are all preservatives, I believe. Well, no, this was talking about the natural food flavoring, so it has something to do with the flavorings of it. But really nasty chemical names of these ingredients here. You can look them all up at the brando.com, go to blogs, scroll back to January of 2019, and you will find this boost your energy naturally. Anyway, back to the article. The flavors in question were first approved for use in 1964, according to CNN, but the United States Department of Health and Human Services Natural Toxicity Program were the ones to test the additives for cancer. 2 different species of animal were found to contract cancer from the artificial flavors, the report says. As if the dangers from the artificial flavors weren't enough, many of these same beverages contain harmful preservatives like sodium benzoate, also known as E211. This is a bacteria-destroying agent that many companies like Coca-Cola, Pepsi use to preserve their products. But do these benefits of product preservation outweigh the risk that this compound could bring to your health? I don't think so. They're putting it in there so it has a longer shelf life. They're going to make more money because their product lasts longer. They have a longer time to try to sell it. Less potential for wasted product. But then at the same time, what are the effects on people's overall health? And that's the thing about most of these big corporations and companies. They're not necessarily going to look at what's best for our overall health and see that as a higher concern than what's best for the overall health of their company and the profit of their company. They're looking at it at a business perspective to make money and what's going to be best for their company in the long run, not necessarily what's best for the people. That's why I appreciate different companies that take the focus on the health and fitness, and they put what's in their product first, the quality of it. They want to make sure it's healthy and it's good for you. That's what is the most important. Yeah, a lot of times they cost a little bit more, but they're not using the cost-cutting tactics that aren't healthy for us like the big companies do. So, the Asthma and Allergy Foundation of America states that significant numbers of people report allergic reactions to the compound. American Beverage Association reports other significant problems with the preservatives in drinks. Soft drinks using ascorbic acid along with sodium benzoate will, when slightly heated, carry the additional risk of the 2 agents combining to form a known cancer-causing compound called benzene. I didn't even know that could do that. So if it's heated, then it creates an even more dangerous compound. So how many soda, like people who drink soda, like Coca-Cola, how often does that get heated up in a truck or on your way home, or it gets sit outside for a little bit and then you're drinking it, and now it has an additional cancer-causing compound in there that's really dangerous for your health. It really makes me wonder because my dad's oldest brother, he ended up dying from, I think he had several different types of cancer. It spread through a lot of his body at a fairly young age, in his 50s, later 50s. I think maybe mid-50s. I don't know exactly how old when he died. I know he was in his 50s, mid to late 50s. We'll say that. But for the longest time, as long as I can remember, and my dad talked about him doing it forever, he would get 2 liter of Coca-Cola, and he'd leave it out in the sun. He liked it warm versus cold, and he did that forever, and he ended up dying from cancers and spread through his body. And now this is saying that if heated, drinks that contain the 2 ingredients that are in Coca-Cola can cause an additional risk of the 2 ingredients combining to form a cancer-causing compound. That is insane. Well, these drinks are going to last a long time, but your body won't, from the damage that they're going to do to you, is exactly the truth about that. I don't know. These things are a ticking time bomb in a can. Remember the loads of sugar I mentioned? Yeah, I mean loads. Some drinks contain up to 69 grams of sugar. Most of the time, sugar is coming from high fructose corn syrup, which substantially links have been demonstrated between increased risk of fructose consumption and obesity. So it's coming from high fructose corn syrup a lot of times, the sweetener, when they use sugar in these drinks. There's a direct link to obesity from the fructose to obesity. So people consuming a lot of this, there's a direct link to it. Luckily, there is a natural energy alternative, one that comes in 3 great flavors. Organic Mussels pre-workout is a great all-natural, non-GMO, chemical-free, vegan, certified organic health and fitness supplement that can be used to increase your energy boost. To increase your energy, boost your energy. Anyone and everyone can use it. All natural products, none of the harmful stuff we mentioned. It's great. You just get one little scoop out of the container, mix it with about 10 to 12 ounces of water, slam that drink down, and you're good to go, man. Within 20 to 30 minutes, you'll be feeling an energy kick like no other. I use it every day before a workout, before arm wrestling practice, before competitions. Sometimes when I'm just have a day off, but I need a little energy midday kick. I don't want to drink one of these energy drinks or something that has all these dangerous additives and things that could hurt me. Scoop of this. It's actually got superfoods and herbs that have vitamins and minerals. You're going to be healthier drinking this, whereas the other thing could be harmful to you. That's right, this pre-workout isn't just for athletes, bodybuilders, or fitness enthusiasts. It's for the busy mom, the college student trying to stay up to study, or the average Joe who just gets tired throughout the day. It's for anyone and everyone looking for an energy boost that doesn't want to risk their health. It's a great tasting, all natural energy that is one scoop away. Nothing artificial or synthetic can be found here. Only the power of Mother Nature through the use of organic superfoods and herbs. Don't just take my word for it. Try it yourself. With a money-back guarantee and 15% off your order with code BRANDO at checkout, you have nothing to lose and plenty of organic energy to gain. Check it out now. Go to organicmuscle.com. Shop the organic pre-workout section. Pick your favorite flavor. My favorite is the passion fruit guava one. My second favorite's probably lemon berry, and then there's a strawberry mango. A lot of people like it. Not my most favorite. Some people do, it's to each their own. Everybody's taste buds are a little different. I really think that the passion fruit guava is the best one. I love it. I do a scoop and a half sometimes before arm wrestling practice just to get a little extra pump and energy going. Makes me feel great. Just fantastic. So if you want to go read that article in its entirety, because I might have tripped up a little bit more than what I liked here or there, slipped up a little bit on reading some stuff. I'm just getting used to this whole thing again. I used to do this a lot and getting back into it. This is the new branch off of my old podcast. We're just going to focus on health, fitness, organic lifestyle here. The kind of topics like we talked about today, boosting your energy naturally and avoiding the alternatives like the energy drinks and soft drinks that are out there that contain all the loads of sugar and the harmful ingredients that you don't want, the potential cancer-causing ingredients. Forget about all that junk. Go to organicmuscle.com. Shop our products. We have products for energy, for recovery, for protein, for anything and everything that you need for your overall health and fitness and wellness. Organicmuscle.com. Discount code BRANDO, 15% off. Perfect. I guarantee you'll love them. When I first got involved with Organic Muscle back in 2016, I fell in love right away, and I just grew with the company over the years. I keep growing with them. I play a bigger role all the time, and a great bunch of people that run it. A lot of like-minded individuals that care about people's overall health, wellness, fitness, nutrition, vitality. We want the best products available out there, the cleanest. All of our ingredients are sourced from organic farms right here in the USA. They're eco-friendly farms. We know the ingredients are clean. They've been tested for heavy metals and toxins. It's just the best stuff that we can possibly make. That's what we're giving and putting out to you guys. So check it out. Enough about Organic Muscle, but that is how you boost your energy naturally. Stay tuned for more episodes of the show. Hopefully I'm going to do I'm doing at least once a week, maybe several times a week. I'm kind of got a little. If I lit a fire, I'm really going. I got my other podcast I'm doing too. I recorded one of those episodes yesterday. Hopefully, I'll have a guest on that show this week. I'm gonna get guests on here, but mostly just athletes. Organic Muscle has a lot of athletes on there from all across the country and stuff. I'm in contact with them, so hopefully we'll start getting them on as a guest and talk about health and fitness and their expertise on the subject. So stay tuned. Keep your eye out for the next episode. Thanks for listening.